Okay, I think we are okay. We are live, and I think the bot has already shared the video link. So I'll just tag at
I hope we are both audible.
everyone. Yeah, I hope we are audible. We can't fiddle with the lobby settings yet because there's still people are still in the
Yeah, we are
select
both
screen.
audible.
So yeah, until then, yo, what's up, people? It's your boy Fix again, coming at you with LOS again, the penultimate round of the season, and with me, alongside me today. Another commentary box veteran, I would say at this point. Chips, what's up?
Yes, all good. This is my first time doing comms this season for LOS, and after competing last season, I thought it's good to give back,
Yeah.
and here I am.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of competing, Chips, you were in a championship fight last year, and that was very climactic. That I must say that was like a final movie, like the final arc of movie. We have probably the most anticlimactic way to end a title fight. Since IF is not racing and Caesar is 65 points behind Yash Gosalia. Uh, Yash Gosalia is the champion. um,
Uh,
I would say I mean I don't mean to take it away from Yash. He's driven like an absolute madness pretty much the entire season. So I don't really mean to say it. It's just we kind of prefer to for him to win it like when he crosses the finish line in a particular race. So
yeah.
I'm not saying that one of you guys should have taken out Ahif last race, but I'm also not saying it. But yeah, what do you think about
Uh,
Gosalia's season? Let me just pull up his season stats for everyone right there. And of course, everyone knows this season with being infamous with one incident and getting internet fame as well. So
yep.
let me just pull up
So,
his stats. So he won our first race, which was in Brazil. He had a P6 in Hungary. He was second in the sprint race in Azerbaijan. He was in 10th in the main race. Don't know what happened. Um, he was in first in France, first in Abu Dhabi, seventh in the sprint race in Great Britain, second in the feature race. In Japan, he was first. In Spain, he was first as well. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins out of 8 races so far. And one could argue that he probably should have won at least one more. What do you think about
yes.
that? That is absolutely dominance. And
That
consider that he
is.
doesn't seem he hasn't had much of a pace advantage over the rest of the grid this season. It's been mainly just him keeping his head in the races. Because most of the time you see he's not that far ahead even in qualifying. And sometimes he's even getting out qualified by the likes of the Haas boys, Shadow Swords, but he always somehow manages to end up winning in the end. Kind of reminds me of Max Verstappen season in real life. They just find some way to win at
Yeah.
the end. I just
So I think above all, consistency matters above all else. Like I'll just say this: last season, I wasn't outright the fastest driver on many occasions, but I kept it on track and I got home the results, and that's why I was able to take the championship to the wire right at the
yeah,
end
but
there.
you had
I
a
think Quick
driver
Killer,
shadowing you that season in Quick Killer in terms
yeah,
of how
yeah,
consistent he
Quick
was.
Killer. I think he had some. I think 8 wins, and I had 3 or 4 across the season, and yet I was able to be in a championship fight with him right till the end there. So I think consistency has played a key here. So even if you don't get the win every single race, you just need to bring home the crucial points every weekend, and I
Yeah.
think that's where Yash has done quite well.
Yeah, and speaking of which,
Speaking of whom,
the
he's starting
fight
a lap.
for the
Yeah.
one championship is done, which is but the constructor is not done yet because Ferrari have a 27-point lead over the Haas boys. So Jishnu is carrying that solo flag again. We don't have the Alpha Tauris here tonight, any one of them. The Alpines in Caesar and Abhi are they're just hanging on to the fight for the top spot in constructors. If both the Ferraris and Jishnu were to DNF, and we saw an Alpine 1-2 in every race till the end of the, including the sprint, then they would somehow win the constructors by like 7 points. But I would say it's a fight between Ferrari and Ferrari Junior.
Yes, most certainly. And
And no
at the
one has set a
moment,
lap yet, Chips. I must say, it's been like 5 minutes. I was going to point it out, but what's happening?
So I saw Abhishek and Thakurva and Co. A few of them were out on their outlaps, and well, none of them ended up finishing it because they invalidated. But I see. Well, I think you're right. Why is nobody set a lap time yet?
It's not
Is
even like
somebody
it's a
gonna
long
set a
lap.
lap
I think
time?
we're gonna have the first lap being set by the champion, Mr.
Mohammed
Yash
Spooner,
Gosalia.
no.
No, Mohammed. No, he pits. Everybody's just sandbagging, like anything, living up to the league's name. Really. What's Yash Gosalia doing
Well,
though? He's going really slow on the straight. I thought that it was to let
Abhi.
his, as Abhi
Oh,
goes P1 with the 25.4. So
and
my Alpine
Mohammed Gunnar.
theory.
Yeah, just
So Yash Gosali
going through
played
the
really
run up
slowly.
there.
I was going to say he might let his teammate get the DRS, but his teammate is like just crossing,
Jishnu.
and Jishnu is probably the first representative lap of the entire session in that
So
20.7.
that is 5 seconds, almost 5 entire
Yeah, so
seconds faster than
if this were the red
Avi.
flag, this would probably be a record that would never be broken in the league in terms of biggest quali margin. As Vintage goes
And we have
P2 with a
Vintage. Yeah.
23.1. I think even that is a race. And then
Motorbike and
Oxidize now.
Oxidize.
Yeah.
Good effort in the Mercedes there.
They
So
finally
Oxidize,
starting
well,
to
I'm
show
not.
out with a
Yeah.
bit. And remember,
We
this is
have
a sprint
Mosquito.
race
Yeah.
at Monza, and
Hmm.
these guys will have to think about this. If you run, you can get good laps, as Jin said, 21.3 in Monza while running more wings, but of course, you're going to get eaten alive in the race. If you do that, so I think everyone's made like a lot of compromises on how much wing they're running tonight. But of course, you don't want to run too little wing because then you will be in the wall fairly quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think yeah, at Monza you won't really need you'll need a good front end for being able to turn in through like Ascari, through the Curva Grande and the not Curva Grande, sorry, the chicane, the Della Rogia. My bad, yeah. So you need a good front end, and as we see Wicked Vicky go
He goes
pole in
P1,
the
yeah. And
Ferrari
look
in
at how
front of the
close the
Tifosi.
times are. So I think you think a
Yeah,
slipstream is going to matter here. As we watch
I think it
Shrikant
is.
doing his outlap, hopefully he said, I think what we should do right now, Chips, is have you take us through this once he starts it. He's coming up to the Parabolica Alboreto, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, I think
And
it's
he's,
Parabolica. Let's
yeah,
just keep it
yeah.
as we know. So are we gonna pull up telemetry for this one?
Yeah, let's pull up telemetry for
All
this one
right,
and
why
take us
not?
through a lap.
So I hope I remember my corner name. So Shrikant Das in the McLaren. He's approaching turn 1 at almost 350 kph through the Retifilio. He goes a bit deep into that corner, and turn 2 his exit's compromised as a result, but nonetheless he keeps it going now through the very famous Curva Grande, and he sticks to the inside line, which will give him a good run as he comes up to Della Roggia. But there's a slow moving Ferrari, I believe. But anyways, it's 26.5 for the first sector. Della Roggia, he navigates it decently well, but has a snap oversteer, I think, at corner exit. Lesmo 1, yes, he takes it quite well. And Lesmo 2, after this comes to the DRS zone. And I think, let me just have a look. I think this corner is called Serralio. Let me see if I can remember it. He has had to encounter some traffic, but they've thankfully moved out of the way in time. It's a purple sector, I'm not sure how purple it is. So let's see. Through Ascari, taking a bit of the curbing there, but still keeping it under control. Well done there by Shrikant to hold on, and approaching the very, very, very famous Parabolica. This is where we will likely be seeing a few moves being made, or some tactical moves being made. But through Parabolica, he was a bit tentative there with his steering and acceleration, but as he comes up to the line, it's a lap time of 1:20.5. He does go pole.
He does
Great
go
effort
full.
by
So
Shrikant there.
we did spectate the right guy then. I think there's a
Yep.
lot of time on that lap. He left a lot of margin out there, especially
Yeah.
to Ascari, where he didn't even take the exit curb. So I think everyone, to be honest, has left quite a lot of margin out there. You don't want to crash like immediately on the first run, especially when it's the sprint weekend. You don't want to start at the back. Well, Yash
Absolutely. I
Gosalia,
mean,
is he? I don't know what he's trying to do. Is he trying to do a last to first? Is he doing? Is he trying to go soft in the sprint? Tire wear not
is he doing race
necessarily an
runs?
issue. not necessarily an issue in Monza, of course, because you have running so little wing that, and it's so many straight lines. It is high. The corners are quite high load, so that does contribute to tire wear. But I don't think that. I think he's just trying to gauge all his options here. He might as well try something now. I mean, constructors is still not wrapped up yet, but given that Wicket Wiki is also in a very solid position, I think.
And Abhishek's coming up to the line. He goes P5. So I just followed the end of his lap there. I think it was a slow sector 2 or maybe a slow sector 1 for him, but sector 3 was pretty good. So, well, we have 5 drivers who have not set a lap time yet. We have Indic Gamer, Easy Level Bot. Easy Level Bot is about to finish his lap, and Indic just ahead of him is giving him a very nice tow, and himself is going to start his lap. So, well, Indic, I just remembered, is my teammate from last season. So, well, you go, Indic. Go for it. But nonetheless, Easy Level Bot, he is going to box. No, he's going to take a very different approach to the final corner, but he goes P7. So, well, we have very few drivers yet to set a lap time.
That was from P6 to P8, they're quite close. Then there's a gap. So the top 5 are in their own territory right now. Then you go to 6, 7, and 8. This is a 3-man fight for this position. And then you go to Abhi and Kalyan, who are in the 22s, just about. And then you have Gosalia, who is, I'm 90% sure, doing race and just having a bit of fun out there right now, because it is what?
He might as well, yeah.
Yeah, he might as well. It is 12 minutes into the session, so I think he will do a run at the end. Meanwhile, Thakurva coming up to the end of his lap. So for the first time in a long time, he hasn't invalidated his lap.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change
Parabolica, keeping it clean, he hasn't invalidated, so you're all right there, and he goes P6. So
yeah, he puts himself into the conversation. Really,
yeah.
You just need to be in the conversation right now. You don't necessarily need to set the fastest lap right now. As Jishnu and Oxlade just come out of the pits. Jishnu is about to start his lap.
And Mosquito
goes P1 with a 120.530.
Great lap.
Yeah, didn't see the lap, so we don't know how much margin he has. I would assume they have quite a lot of margin, considering how much an Oxidize is on a lap.
On a lap.
That's what they're telling me.
So Oxidize was our provisional pole sitter, and I believe we are yet to see the best of Shrikant.
Yeah, and Oxidize is 310 up.
310.
There's a Ferrari parked on the. Hopefully, I thought it was parked at Ascari, so there's no panic.
No, I think that's
there.
I think
who's this? And he's giving him all of the slipstream in the world.
Wow.
And that is gonna be so. I think he's gonna give himself a hearty thanks for that. Yeah, and this should theoretically put him really good position. Yeah, and
yes, it will.
20.2. So with that lap now, you basically have to be like a 10th and a half up on Oxidize maybe going into the last sector, because without slipstream it's gonna be difficult to replicate those sort of sector times. As Jishnu
is improving as well. He's up by almost 3 tenths in the middle sector. So let's see Jishnu through the Parabolica, the slow moving Red Bull. I don't know who that is. That might be Thakurva or it might be Mosquito coming in back into the pits. But as we see Jishnu run up to the line, coming across the line, it's the lap time of. Oh!
And I think
how much did Oxidize?
Yeah, that the entire difference is the split of no slipstream. In which case, if Gosalia has managed to do that, then that is an absolute 1000 IQ move, because of course Haas are second in the constructors. So the lesser spot for Jishnu, as Vintage is about to finish his lap, so let's see what he can do.
Vintage is down by 2 seconds. No, he's down by 2 seconds. Oh, he's gonna box, I think. Okay, you can look at his steering. He's looking to box.
Yeah, he took a really wide line in there. So I'm wondering, Mohammed Gunnar starts his lap.
Kalyan is on a lap, but he's gone a 10th and a half slower in the first sector.
You can improve in the first sector. Is a bit dicey because you have to take that turn 1 with a lot of intent, and of course this is a Cody's game, so the track isn't necessarily the most realistic rendition compared to what the drivers actually drive. So I don't know how.
See, the curves are too high.
Yeah, and Kalyan is up by half a second on his lap. So so I don't understand how you can have the official game and then have none of the tracks be like the official version. Yeah, and it's not even like some of the tracks are like newly built. Some of them have been a certain way for like 3-4 years and haven't changed. I remember for the longest time we had like the 2010 version of Spain on this game before they actually bothered updating it. As Kalyan
Yep,
goes speed
and
12, improves by
uh,
1.001 seconds. Very exact. And
so
Yash Gosalia, he's just taking, look at the amount of fuel he has on his steering dash. He is just taking the mickey out of it.
I mean, he might as well. To be
But
honest, let's
one
see his
thing this
time
tells
through
me is
sector
that
two.
will these softs be a
Yeah.
feasible option, because he has done now, if you count his outlap, it's 7 laps. It's a 9-lap race, although it does look to me that the tire is pretty short considering
See, he
what
slows
they're
down
doing.
every single time some part of the track, so we can't really be sure as to how good the softs are going to be in race trim.
And
We
I
have
think that's what he
multiple
wants,
drivers
and I
on their
think that's what he wants
outlaps.
the competition to feel, not really sure.
Yeah, yeah. I'm home. I mean, we don't know his tire wear. We can see his telemetry if we wish to, but we can't see his tire wear in any way. But yeah, let's see a couple of drivers coming on their outlap. Shrikant is one I'm really looking out for because I think we both were following his laps.
Okay,
He was,
so
he,
to cut all the melodrama, IHF might be able to join. So it's
oh, all right.
it's a long shot in. This would be the biggest comeback. This would be a bigger comeback than if Ferrari actually managed to come back after the summer break.
As a Ferrari fan, that hurts, but nonetheless. And
I
okay,
don't
Caesar
know.
finally on his outlap. So,
I
but
don't want to
nonetheless,
go
let's see.
into a
Wicket
rant
Vicky is going
circle
to be
here.
yeah,
Let's just
first car.
No, he's
Wicket
going to be
Vicky
pretty
is
much the
going to start
last
his
car
lap.
out, because everyone, the top 4 are already on their out lap. I think Wicket Vicky has already
So
started
looks
his lap, and Abhishek is already through
Caesar
sector 1.
has to maintain pace. Caesar has to maintain pace, otherwise he's going to be
Yeah,
like
there's gonna be no
he's going to
slipstream
get stuck.
tactics here, like the real life version.
Yeah.
Don't play any games.
And well, I was expecting some of that, but I mean, I guess everyone's just sandbagging too much.
Yes.
So Wicket Vicky is going to be the first car who is going to be coming, and he's up by 2/10. Is that not? That's not enough at
No,
the
that's
moment.
not
He needs
Wicket.
to
Wicket
improve
Vicky is not
by.
the first car. It's Abhishek who's invalidated. He was like so much up. Thakurva is at the line now. What can he do? He goes and he sets a 120.199 to a
Pole.
pole, which leads me to believe there's
Wow.
gonna be so much improvement now.
So think about track evolution as well.
Yeah,
You can
meanwhile,
imagine how
Mosquito
much the track
through-
is evolving.
Mosquito, his teammate through sector 1, he's down.
Vintage.
But the middle sector
sorry,
is where
yeah.
the whole crux of this lies.
Mohammad
This Mohammad Gunnar DNFs. Shrikant
On
has
track.
crashed.
What's happened to Shrikant?
Oh, he's taken the
Oh.
exit. Is not very good. Coming off, he has spun at that place where
And
Sebastian Vettel spun.
Cover Grande.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
I think
touch
just before
Martin
that,
moment
Wicket
right
Vicky
there.
coming across the line. Wicket
And he
Vicky
goes
goes
the Eagles
pole.
ball.
Wow, by 800ths. Great
The
effort by
middle
him there.
sectors are
Caesar
really
just
telling.
starting his lap.
Mosquito up by 2/10 on his middle sector. So let's see now what he can do. Jishnu is also down in the first. I think everyone's been down in the first sector so far. Whoever's been
Jin
in the
has had
pole
a
fight,
spin.
except for Abhishek. And Jin has spun. He was
Yeah.
7/10 up on his lap. So that would have pretty much in the middle sector as well. So that would have pretty much been a top 5 time. I
Checker
think.
flag is out. And
Mosquito
checker flag
was
is out, and we have
5.
can't improve.
He's
He can't improve.
1,000 slower than Jishnu. Jishnu up by little over a 10th. Oxidize
But-
is the purple in the middle.
Easy level
Sector.
bot has run out of fuel. Easy level bot ran out of fuel while coming up to the line.
Oh,
That is
no.
painful.
Oh no.
We have a Haas coming
Meanwhile,
across the line. We have
Jishnu.
Abhishek who's still having issues.
What can he do?
But
What
nonetheless,
can
Jishnu-
Jishnu do? Where can he put this?
Possibly top
Haas,
2.
he goes
It's
pole.
pole!
He improves by like 3
6
tenths.
thousandths!
And Oxidized pitch. Abhishek is not going to
So-
improve, it looks like. Wicket Vicky, the only hope. No, he's not improving as well. I don't think anyone is challenging that
No.
time.
So that
Indik
is-
is pretty much the last guy to come across now who's doing a
No,
representative
Indik
lap.
is- Yeah.
And-
oh no, Caesar. We still have Caesar left. I'm not
And
sure. Caesar
Caesar-
goes pole! Yeah, I just knew it. Caesar was the
completely
final car to come out of the
forgot about
pits.
Caesar. That
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I just
pole position.
happened to remember him. In time, so great. Caesar just setting the singular one lap right at the end there, coming out with just 1 minute 40 seconds or so left, and he sets a lap time good enough for pole. great effort by Caesar
Yeah,
there in the Alpine.
that qualifying picked
Wow.
up so much in the just the last minute. You have you have a 20-0 to 22 separating the top five, and Oxidize, I think messed up coming out of Ascari because he had a purple lap going into the middle sector itself, which no one else had, I think. Um, so I think he will be
No, I
doing
think
that because it's not only just cost him P2 as it normally would, he's all the way down in P5 because of how close it was. Just waiting
but
for Vintage to retire, then I think the lobby can
I
get
must
undergoing.
say, but that it was a really close session. We didn't certainly didn't see the best of
Yeah, but
Shrikant or
that is.
Abhishek. I think Shrikant with his crash
And
there.
Abhishek
What's
was
happened?
always up going into the last sector, but he never finished his lap. I I don't know,
So
but
I mean,
kudos to Caesar because this track is so difficult to do a lap on because of Codemasters and their consistently inconsistent track limits and curb physics. But nevertheless, Caesar on pole here, Jishnu in P2, Wicked in P3, Thakurov 4th, Oxidized 5th, Mosquito 6th, Shrikant 7th, Abhishek 8th, Jain in 9th, Indek 10th, Vintage 11th, Easy Level 12th, Mohammad Gunnar 13th, Kalyan Verma 14th, Abhi 15th, Yash Kosala 16th, and Pradeep in 17th who didn't settle up.
so well, I'm just gonna say that this
47,000 separating the top three. That is like,
Captain Sandhu joined. All
okay,
right,
that's a good
welcome.
one.
Are we
So
gonna have
the,
Ahif join as well? You said that we
yeah,
might see Ahif.
I think if you send him an invite, he clearly said on the stream that he can I join now. So I don't know whether he was joking or not, or
Oh,
whether he was serious.
well, I did not because I was just trying to focus on the final stage of
I mean, we
quali.
can,
But I mean, we can still send him an invite maybe right away, right now.
yeah, but
Would it
he
help?
might be able to join for the main race, and I think
Possibly,
let's,
but look, Yash just needs to
yeah,
score 8 points if
yeah,
I'm
he
wrong,
just needs
right?
to score. So if he wins the sprint race itself, like that is it. Of course, he is starting in 16th, but I've seen stranger things happen. I am,
Yeah, like
uh, and he just
season
sent me that
finale is
as
at
well. Can I join the
NOS.
main race? Okay, yeah. So just send him an invite. Just send Ahif an invite.
Absolutely, yes.
So,
So doing
of course, I
that.
think Gosalia will just be, if he knows that Rahif will join, he's just going to look to score as many points as he can from the position he's in. Like, there's really no hurry. It's 8 points in like 3 weeks. It's like, it is literally Max Verstappen's part to the championship. Like, there's
Look,
no,
I think that
we are trying to
there's nothing better
manufacture as
than,
much tension as
yeah.
possible, but does it really, uh,
Well, a Ferrari winning at Monza would just be the dream for
yes.
many a tifosi out there, including
Let's be honest,
myself.
it's
But
not gonna happen.
yeah,
Fred
yeah. I
Vasseur,
mean, never say never. Anything can
yeah,
happen in Formula One,
yeah,
and it usually does.
yeah.
Cliche
Let's see. I
dialogue,
mean, we
but I
have
mean
one
it
in
is.
P3. We have one in P3. So, let's
Yeah.
see.
So I didn't
Um,
specify which Ferrari,
yeah. So I
and we have
think.
Thakurva who's jumped Wicked Wiki at the
Okay,
well, he's
so I
ahead
didn't. Okay, so
on
everyone's
track.
on medium. So I don't know. So Yash clearly didn't think that it would last for 9 laps. Um, then
No, I
because
mean
I for sure thought he
in the
was gonna go
sprint,
for the softs.
I think in the
Oh,
and
oh!
Jishnu has been tagged by Thakurva.
How does this
And
happen
they
on
are.
formation lap? How does that? Oh my
Well, I
god.
was just on board with Jishnu over there, but I mean, look, drivers are trying to get their not just temperature in their tires, they're also trying to get temperature in their brakes. So it is. But yeah, and
Yeah, but
again, Wicked
that's
Wiki
not
and
a break.
Oxidize.
That's barely a turn.
I mean,
I prefer.
well, not
If
to
I
speak.
speak, I am in big trouble. I am
Absolutely.
just a commentator, by the way, so they never take my word as verbatim. So now we
Certainly,
have the
and we
Lando
have a
Norris fan club in P1 and P2 on this formation lap. They're both running his helmet.
something happened to Kalyan. I think he's driving quite slowly.
Yeah,
Or is he disconnected? I
I
think
think
Kalyan
he's
is
disconnected.
disconnected.
Yeah. So can you just
Abhishek
say?
has left the session. Yeah, I'm inviting them, but it's giving me the how do I say it? The Codemaster screen. I'm not getting the proper
Okay, wait.
one.
Then I will
So
just try and invite them.
yeah, you
If
can
they've
just
gone
do that.
offline,
So
then that's just okay. So, no. So it was Kalyan and
Abhishek's. I sent Abhishek, but I mean it's better.
I think Abhishek
you
might
could.
have had like a power cut or something. Oh no, wait, he's
Joined back.
Thakur was still triggered with max hit on the internet. Yeah, I'm not gonna start that pace right now, Kabir, because we could be stuck here for God knows how long with that debate.
Can't find Kalyan. We have a McLaren on the
I
grass
have
there.
sent
What was
both
going
of
on
them
with Mohammad Gunnar?
invites.
Yeah, so Mohammad Gunnar taking, and look at the bunch up going on here behind Caesar. Multiple disconnected cars. One of them is Abhishek's, and well, another one is no Mosquito. And they all right, they're not disconnected. They're just backing off here. And look at Caesar, just the entire field.
This is
Verma is back.
this is the slipstream fest that we predicted, and Caesar completely
And Caesar
yes.
spins.
Yeah, that
So
would be...
just want to mention, and he's beached his car. Yes, he has,
Oh,
and he's
and that is a reset right
So,
there. So I don't know how
gray
you
area
guys.
there. Indic disqualified. So you
I
can take
have
us through
no-
the race. This race start.
Yeah, that was
I think that
don't
was
know
good,
what
and
that was the
the main race,
perfect that perfectly signifies
Caesar-
Ferrari's strategy on a normal race weekend. Just be normal.
And we have everybody on the grid.
Okay,
All right.
so 5 red lights out and away we go. Caesar gets not the best of launches, I must say. He covers on Jishnu very aggressively, but that allows Wicket to just get away. And Caesar has had a bit of a nightmare start. He's pretty much down in what, 5th? Oh, and there's a contact.
Oxidize.
Caesar and Jishnu take the escape road straight on. What happened to? Oh, even Oxidizers. The 3 cars taking the escape road straight on. Meanwhile, that's allowed Thakur to go out the inside through Curva Grande.
3 wide down the Curva Grande.
Will it be a grande move around the inside, and Caesar maintained P2 somehow. Oh, Jishnu has almost spun like 6 times in the first lap. Vintage is now in P5, and Yash Gosalia is up to P9, about to make it P8. So he's already almost in the points. I thought that he would be like on the last reaches of the points towards the end of this race. He's already here. Meanwhile, Wicket
He's gonna
has
get
just
Mosquito.
pulled.
And he gets
Wicket
Mosquito.
has just pulled, and he's already into the point scoring position.
And easy level bot around down the inside there at Ascari. Great move on Mosquito.
What's happened to
having
Indic? There's the
problems
first spinner of Indic right there.
Why is Kalyan and Abhishek disqualified?
I think they tried to
disqualified?
take control, but their car didn't take control in time. Luckily, DSQs don't cause a
painful.
safety car. Meanwhile, Wicket crosses the line to
And
start lap 2.
Yeah. Great
Of course,
start by him.
Of course, the thing is, even if these penalties get removed for these guys who cut that chicane, it's not gonna get removed for the main race, so they will have to start wherever.
Absolutely.
Regardless.
And wherever they end up finishing. So Vintage, I think he's having a bit
And
of issue.
Vintage
He's turning very abrupt.
Yeah, what happened to Vintage right there? I have no.
And Jishnu with a mad dive there through the not Delor, I think there's Delor here, but Jishnu, man, calm down. What was that?
He just pretty much decided, I'm not gonna take that corner.
I mean, if you know how Lance Stroll braked at Monza 2020 restart, I think it's just pretty much similar to that,
I'm
only on the
just going
inside.
to say this is a bit of an ominous theme because Caesar has gained half a second on Wicket in 1 lap. There's 7 laps. If he goes at this rate, he might pull out the 5 seconds. Let me just put the
I
penalty
certainly think he
situation.
will, but look, it is going to be a bit of a challenge to get past. And Vintage, Srikanth and Vintage side by side approaching Parabolica, the McLaren on the inside. Is he going to send one down the inside? Yes, he is.
Yes, he
But can
does.
Vintage get
And
better
Vintage
grip at the exit? No, he can't. He's struggling for. I think,
This will allow,
grip or
finally
something,
allow
but-
Jishnu to get the move on Vintage that he wanted earlier.
Is he going to make a double move here into turn 1?
Oh,
I think he might just be able to.
I don't wish
into
to
the
comment on
Retifilio
it.
chicane.
No, he
they hold
wisely
position.
decides
And
to
something's
duck.
happened to a Red Bull
What's happened
Thakur.
to Thakur?
What's happened to Thakur
Oxidized.
and Vintage and Srikanth? And alright, a lot of chaos.
Oh
I believe
my God,
Oxidized
it's
and Thakur had a
4
moment.
wide. It is 4 wide going into.
This is incredible.
Me that allows Yash
Incredible,
Gosalia to
Jishnu's
go all
up.
the way up to P7. Now look at it from
And-
Yash Gosalia's POV. Look at the
Oh,
From Yash Gosalia's POV.
what is going on, man? Oxford is on the inside on
Oxford is on
Shrikant
the
into the first
inside.
let's move. He makes the move. Whoa,
Wow.
wow, wow, wow,
Meanwhile,
wow.
doesn't allow Shrikant
And
could
Shrikant
come back
getting
in
back
the
at him.
second death move. No,
No, he
he's not.
can't, and
But
he
doesn't allow Yash Gosalia maybe to come back and what
and
this has
Shrikant
done.
just closed his DRS.
What
Why
this
did
has
he close his
done.
DRS? But yeah,
What this has done basically is allow Caesar to pretty much be P2 now. He's like 4.5 seconds ahead of P3. You
yeah. So
fight
P2
in
guaranteed.
Monza. You fight in Monza. It's a pack from P3 to P11. Now
And
Vintage and Easy Level going side by side through Parabolica. Can he make the overtake?
Parabolica.
Oh, this will go down the
Oh,
inside. This is
good
the
exit by
last point
Vintage.
scoring position. Vintage with a good exit. He tries to cover
Oh,
off. And can he get the move done?
but look up ahead. Yash Gosalia on Shrikant, the championship leader, possibly the championship winner as well. Is he
Meanwhile,
going to make a
Jishnu
move
and
into turn one?
Thakurva
Jishnu
as well.
Thakurva still battling,
Thakurva
and
and Jishnu.
Thakurva
Meanwhile,
stays
Oxida is
ahead.
going to try and come back at him. Easy Level and Vintage still going at it. Hammer and Tongs and Mosquito and Jin trying to go
Yash
at it.
Gosalia
But I
around the
think
outside at the Curva Grande on Shrikant.
is
He
it
makes
a
the move around
grande
the
move?
outside of the
That is
McLaren.
a grande move
Oh,
right there.
Shrikant gets so close to taking
That
out
is
Yash
an
there, but
absolute grande move right there. And I think does Thakur have damage because he seems to be really. Of course, you don't want to be towed. You don't want to be the guy towing like 11 people along. He is in quite a precarious position right now. Um,
and Jishnu with
Meanwhile,
DRS.
Mosquito and Vintage now. Mosquito and Vintage. Vintage players is providing all the entertainment.
Jishnu and Oxford is having to take slight evasive action. This is going to open the door up for Yash Gosalia beautifully, who is already in P6
But
from
no,
I think it
this
was
is nowhere
P16.
to go. And
look at
he's
the
on the inside. He was up to P5. Why is this man the champion?
Oxford being
This is
forced
the
onto the
reason.
grass. There, it's too close. Too close between the two of
Shrikant
them,
now tries
and
to go
Oxford
around the
has to cede.
inside.
And he
Oh no.
spins.
3 into 1 does
Chaos.
not go. That's some Brundle bingo for you boys right
On
there.
this occasion, and Jishnu on Thakurva into turn 1. Look at the rate at which he's gaining 350 kph from the outside, switches to the inside. They make contact, but and Thakurva just straight lines the first chicane. Well, I think he had to. There was no other way he could have made the chicane otherwise. But look at
this rate,
This is
at this rate, Yash
incredible.
Gosalia is going to start P2. Meanwhile, Caesar has got all the way up to Wicked Wiki now. And Easy Level is going to start in third. The man is seventh place.
I'm speechless as to whatever's going on right now.
Clearly don't
yeah,
care
Caesar.
Sprint. The fighting machine.
Is
This is
reminiscent of what we
amazing.
would
I
like to see in a
agree
main
with you,
race.
Kavir. This is amazing. There's once the championship decided, everyone just kind of goes for it. Then this is Monza it.
Yes, and Oxidize.
I don't think Wicked Wiki will fight Caesar
No.
all that much. So Stewart's office is going to be busy with these penalty removals. With these penalty removal cases. Now Oxidize coming up to Yash. Can he get the move done? I don't think he's going to try. We're only through 5 laps, by the way. 6 laps now. Starting lap 6 of this. If
Mosquito
the
on
main
Easy
race,
Level Bot into Parabolica, he makes the move, but Easy Level Bot
can he
hasn't
make
played
it
it to
stick? But
perfection
Easy
because
Level,
he's now going to get DRS.
Who's going to get DRS? Is he going to get DRS?
I think. No, he doesn't. That was a very.
No, this is the
does,
DRS
all
coming
right.
up here, and he does get DRS. Okay, but will he be able to catch back up? Now
I
he tries to go
doubt.
around
He's a
the
bit too far
inside. No,
back.
he's too far away. Is he gonna? You can make the other guy try and go deep into turn 1 by forcing him to brake late.
And
but
the two
this
McLaren's
is
trading places, I think. But yeah.
this is champagne racing right here. Right now the gap 1.8. Yeah, so Easy Level and Mosquito's overtaken. Mosquito is going to start P3 at this rate. So this is kinda important for the main race because this is basically deciding grid slot at the minimum 3, at the most realistically probably P5, considering Thakurva has now started to stretch his legs. So yeah, I wish for exciting racing, but if we have 26 laps of what we saw in the first 4 here, my heart might not be able to take it. It is as Caesar is now preparing a move on Wicked Wiki, trying to.
I think this has been coming
And
for
Caesar,
a few
I
laps
think
now.
he'll
Caesar
have
with
been a bit
DRS.
disappointed with his race start here, considering in a different league, an absolute paying race start. And I
But
don't think
let's
Wicked
see
Vicky
into
will fight
turn
this that
one. He
hard.
makes the move. Wicked Vicky in the Ferrari
But
has
he's
to
gonna
seat position, or does he? They almost make
no,
contact there into turn one. Through turn two, Wicked Vicky getting the better exit, but no, Caesar has the better drive out of there. So Wicked Vicky putting up a good fight. He just needs to stay within 5 seconds. And but look at the way he's gaining. Caesar is running a high
through
downforce
Curva
setup. I think
Grande
higher downforce. But let's
and
see, and running up, coming up to Della Rogia, and Caesar breaks late, and
they
they
touch
make
Martin
contact, and Wicked Vicky force
momentarily.
fight, but he's still there. And well, I think he had to
That
seat
was
position there
almost
in
a
the end, but
carbon copy of Sebastian Vettel versus Lewis Hamilton in 2018, and they touch Martin. What
and
this is, of course, doing is it's sabotaging Caesar's starting grid position because right now he's less than 5 seconds ahead of even Jishnu. So
so Thakurva, with the two of them battling, Thakurva has been able to gain some time
one
on
and a
them,
half
but
seconds in one lap. That as
he's lost
Mosquito
time to
West Jin just violently
yeah, what's happened to
explodes
Jin?
himself. He just violently
He just
explodes himself
lost,
coming out
and
of.
Pradeep has had a moment. Pradeep himself has had a
Yeah,
moment.
he
He's now
was
done
paying
in last
respect to
place,
his fallen
but
Williams comrade right there. Lesmo 1 and 2. And
certainly.
look at
But
how
let's see,
much
Wicked
battling.
Vicky through Parabolica. You saw how much grip he had through Parabolica, and now coming up to Retifilio
And he
with
has DRS
DRS,
as well.
chasing down the Alpine. And
Tries to go
let's
around the
see, and
inside.
it
Does he get it? Yes, he
turn
does.
one, Caesar breaks late yet again, and Wicked
But
Vicky I
that's
think
the
must be getting
advantage of
frustrated with these late
the high
braking.
downforce setup, isn't it? You can brake very late. And one thing, of course, is that just battling costs you so much time in Monza. You saw Thakur was nearly 6 seconds behind, like not a lap ago.
And this is Yash Kosalia is really going to be in a perfect position here. He's likely going to get P2 with these two squabbling the way they are, and Caesar scoring a bit on his corner entry there
Yeah,
through
Caesar,
Della
he
Rogia,
is.
and further back Jishnu right behind Thakurva.
Yeah, so right now Gosalia is what? Just exactly 5 seconds behind Wicked Vicky. So 5.5 to Caesar.
Let's
So I
see.
think he's gonna be asking Wicked Vicky's teammate to just keep battling him, even if you can't get the move done, to waste his time so that you can start ahead. And Yash Gosalia in the points, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 points. He needs only 4 more. At the end of the, of course, it's going to be more than 4 with when you get all these time penalties into account. So you probably might need like a point when all of this is said and done, pending sports inquiry. So,
But Wicked Vicky through Parabolica is a bit too far back on this occasion. But with DRS, I think he might just see an attempt being made.
the last lap.
Yeah.
He needs
So
to be
Caesar
close.
needs to defend.
At Asuka.
And Jishnu is retired. What's happened to Jishnu?
On the
Where
main
did he
straight.
retire? What?
On the main straight. So something
How did he do that?
clearly-
And he's the
something-
wrong way around.
Yeah, so
He's facing the
something's
wrong way.
clearly
So
happened right there. Considering Thakur was lost
and
6
Mosquito
tenths.
and Easy Level Bot into turn one. Retifilio and Easy Level Bot going getting
Easy
onto the
level
curving there and
basically had to
losing.
go almost into neutral there just to
Oh.
avoid the car ahead. As
Yep,
Caesar
and
had a bit of a
ahead.
weird exit
Yeah.
coming out of the Della Rosia. Now going into Lesmo 1. This will give Wicked Vicky an ample opportunity through leading up into Ascari. When they get to Ascari, who's going to be ahead? DRS activated
I
now.
think-
Let's see.
Yeah, I think Caesar just has done enough to cover off Wicked Vicky
There is
because
one
he's
more.
a bit too far back.
There is one more after Ascari. So in the Wicked Vicky, what needs to do is get a good exit, and Caesar gets a perfect
he's not
exit out of
really-
Ascari right there too.
Wicked Vicky
Which
messes
would
up.
basically- but Easy
look at
Level
Yash, he
versus-
made up. He's up in P4, and I don't think he's gonna get P. Well, he's not gonna start P2, I think, because Caesar is just gonna come across the Parabolica, and I think he's done just enough to start P2 in the end there.
So
But
Caesar
as he comes up to
crosses
the line,
first,
Mercurial Caesar wins.
But it is Wicked
Ooh,
Vicky
well,
who does take
yeah.
it for now. Where is Yash gonna?
Yash
He gets
P3.
P3. Mosquito and Easy Level basically dragging each other to the line, and they will start P5 and P6. Oh no, P7 because
So-
Oxidized 69,000 behind Mosquito. And yeah, why is Yash Gosalia the champion? This is why. This is why. So that is 6 points.
15 to P3.
P16 I think it was, not even P15.
Yeah, I think 16 to third.
So
in-
that is 6 points in the
9
ledger.
laps.
2 more points needed in his ledger now. And he will be, without a doubt, no questions asked, and have an insurmountable lead. But for now, pending service inquiry, of course, this is the order that they will start the next race in. Um, Wicked Weekend P1, Caesar P2, Yash Kusalia P3, Thakura P4, Mosquito P5, Oxidized P6, Easylal P7, Vintage P8, Shrikant P9, Mohammad Gunnar 10, Abhi 11th, Indik 12, Pradeep 13, Jishnu 14, Jin 15, Abhishek 16, and Kalyan 17th. I think from Jishnu down, from Pradeep down, sorry, everyone DNF or DSQ'd.
Yeah,
Abhishek is back now. So
Ambalam.
what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna end this streams and then we're gonna begin a new stream
Yeah.
for the race. So keep your eyes posted for that. That should be up in like 5 seconds.